Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing? Hope you guys are having a good afternoon. My name is Rob. As always, we're going to do a quick video here, talk about some of the severe weather we have going on today for parts of the areas here in Northern Virginia, parts of West Virginia, Ohio, Indiana, and Kentucky. We're kind of looking at this pattern here coming in that's kind of in this area. So that's what we're keeping on today. And we also have an area really down here in the south of this high pressure. There's literally, guys, I went outside today. There's not a cloud in the sky. It is chilly outside today. It's nice weather. So if you're in Florida or the southeast and you want to get that nice cooler weather, enjoy it while it lasts, because as we will see later, temps are really going to start climbing back up here as we really get into April. So let's first talk about the hazards we have here for today. As you can see here, portions of Nebraska, we have red flag warnings for these areas, as well as parts of northern Kansas. Drier than average conditions, higher winds, lower humidity, not too uncommon for this time of year for that area. We also have high wind watches and advisories for portions of the Dakotas, Iowa, and Minnesota, as well as parts of Virginia, Pennsylvania, as well as West Virginia. So interesting to see that, because that's where that severe weather is going to be today, pretty much in this area that I'm circling. That's a little bit off. Let me try that again, actually. So pretty much this area today is where that severe weather is going to be. So that's kind of an interesting point to see that. We also have several flooding still from that big event we had for portions of the upper Mississippi valleys, Ohio valleys, parts of Kentucky, Arkansas, all the way down to Florida Panhandle. So we're still seeing flooding in those areas. So just a heads up for you guys on that. As we look at today's severe weather, like I said, we have a slight risk for portions of the Tennessee, upper Ohio valleys, portions of almost all of West Virginia, Delmarva, parts of Northern Virginia, Southwest Pennsylvania. All these areas will be seeing severe weather today. The biggest thing we're going to be seeing today is wind and hail. As you can see, for tornadoes, it's kind of conditional. If we do see tornadoes, we have this 5% area for portions of West Virginia, Eastern Kentucky, Southeast Ohio, and then we have the 2% surrounding. So we might see a couple of isolated spin-ups, say maybe some gustnados, especially from that, the low-level jet that's coming in behind it. So we'll have to see if that happens here today. Keep an eye on that. So like I said, for the wind threat, that's going to be our biggest threat here. These areas really in the yellow, that's that 15%, the feeling 50 knots or higher, 25 miles from a point. So there's no hatch. We just have a regular 15% area. And if you look at the hail, it's literally identical. Like, this has changed. If you look at that, that's hail now. So 15% for these areas. So hail and wind is going to be the biggest threat for today. But we're not done yet, folks. We got more severe weather possible for Easter weekend here. This is going to be by, I believe that's Thursday, maybe Friday. Let's see, it's day 4, so that's going to be on Friday, I believe. So we have 15% area for portions of Iowa, upper Missouri valleys here, portions of Iowa, Missouri, Nebraska. I wouldn't be surprised if they expand this a little bit more to the east, maybe, but we'll have to see. But there we have that there for them. And then for the next day, we have this long area all the way from Texas all the way up to the upper Midwest here. So definitely be interested to see if this all verifies. Going to be keeping an eye on that here in the next few days. We're also going to talk about some of the severe weather. This is the HRRR data. So as you can see, this is about 1 to 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern, where we start seeing these bands of thunderstorms, large hail, definitely some decent wind gusts. Might see some prefrontal cells as well, like right here in Kentucky. So we'll have to see if this all verifies today as we get into later on. I'll be covering this severe weather on our Discord, as you can see on the screen. Make sure you follow our Discord, by the way. Awesome server. But let's also talk about some of the temperatures that we're going to be seeing here for the next 6 to 10 days. As you can see, well above average temperatures. Big warm-up coming for parts of the Gulf Coast all the way up to even this area here in Nevada, going west all the way up to New England. So big warm-up coming from most of the United States. And then we have this cool down for the Pacific Southwest and the Pacific Northwest here. So those two areas of below average temperatures. So if you like below average temps, you should be happy about that. If you don't and you like summer, like I said, the gray and the light red areas are your friend for warm temperatures, and well above would be below that. So as we get into the middle to late part of April here, we still have that below average temperatures really sweeping up into Montana and parts of the Rockies, and a little bit of that sliver down here near Arizona, California. So LA, gonna be seeing some nice weather possibly. And then most of the second half of the country here, all the way from Utah all the way to Maine, basically warmer than average temperatures. So again, if you're not a fan of the warmer weather, sorry, that's for you guys. So now let's take a look at the precipitation forecast here. So precipitation for the next 6-10 days, again, there's this drier slot for parts of Florida. We've had this high pressure pretty much sweep over us for the last month. March into April has been very dry. Even parts of the western United States, the coastal Pacific areas here in California, Oregon, and then for the central part of the country and most of the country, we have above average temperatures. All the way from Texas, all the way in this small pocket in Maine and New England. So we'll have to see if that verifies. And then for the next, really, second half of April after Easter, this is going to be good news for us. Look at this, guys, here in Florida. We definitely, even parts of Georgia, too. Definitely need that above average precipitation. Hopefully that verifies. And then for the western United States, parts of, the Rockies, not really the Rockies, but parts of the Pacific Northwest, Southwest, and the Western United States, drier conditions there. Let's take a look at the precipitation through the next pretty much week here. So as you can see, parts of Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, really where that severe weather is supposed to be. We're having above average precipitation. A lot of rainfall here, anywhere up to 4 to 6 inches here, parts of Oklahoma. So we'll have to see if that verifies. We'll keep you guys updated on that. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next time. As always, my name is Rob. Make sure you experience the extreme with EWV. And as always, have a great rest of your day.